Are genetics linked to cannabis addiction risk? Imagine two people trying cannabis for the first time. One might never develop any issues, while the other could struggle with problematic use. Why is that? Genetics could be part of the answer. Research shows that about half of the risk for developing cannabis use disorder, which is a problematic pattern of cannabis use, comes from genetic factors. Certain areas in our DNA are linked to this increased risk. For example, near genes like FOXP2 on chromosome 7, which is connected to risk-taking behavior, and CHRNA2 on chromosome 8, associated with nicotine addiction, scientists have found these regions can influence how likely someone is to develop cannabis problems. Other genes involved include CADM2 and GRM3. These genes relate to how the brain communicates and functions, affecting traits like impulsivity and psychiatric conditions. These genetic influences can impact not just whether someone tries cannabis but also how often they use it and whether use turns into a problem. It's important to understand that genetics tend to have a stronger effect on developing problematic use rather than just trying cannabis. Environmental factors like peer pressure, how available cannabis is, and family attitudes play a big role in whether someone tries it at all. But once someone begins using regularly, biological factors can influence whether they develop an addiction. Twin studies support this idea by showing that the genetic component, or heritability, is higher for problematic cannabis use than for initial use. Plus, many genes linked to cannabis use disorder overlap with those involved in other mental health and substance use disorders. This suggests shared biological pathways that make some individuals more vulnerable. Knowing how genetics influence cannabis addiction helps us understand why some people develop problems despite similar environments. It can also guide prevention efforts by identifying those at higher risk early on. While genetics are important, they are just one piece of the puzzle. Environmental, psychological, and social factors also shape individual outcomes. In the end, genetics do play a role in cannabis use disorder risk by affecting how susceptible someone is to developing problematic use. These genetic factors work alongside life experiences and surroundings to influence each person's journey with cannabis.